Welcome back to Off the Record. Let's get into it. You've probably noticed the shift. Walking Street, Soy Boakau, LK Metro. It's not just Westerners and OG expats anymore. Indian tourists have shown up heavy, and they're spending, they're active, and they're everywhere. But here's the question that gets brushed under the rug. What does this shift do to the dating scene? Are Thai women changing the way they move based on who's showing up and throwing bat? And for black men, does this shift give us more leverage or just change the game completely? Today we're talking mindset, money, and market share. Let's break it down. The numbers don't lie, a surge in Indian tourism. Let's start with facts. Since Thailand reopened, Indian tourism has surged, flights packed, hotels booked. They're not trickling in, they're pouring in. Now this ain't hate, it's observation. Indian men are rolling in deep, often in groups, and they're ready to experience the Thailand package. That means parties, nightlife, girls, and yeah, money is flowing. So what happens when any large group shows up in a destination built around attention and attraction? The market shifts. Thai women, especially those in nightlife, start recalibrating. What worked last year don't work the same this year, because now there's a new demographic, throwing bot, taking selfies, and buying attention. Some of these women now brushing off old regulars for someone newer with cash in hand, especially if that new energy is louder, more aggressive, and more willing to spend. The new demographic, how Indian tourism changed the game. Let's get into it. You ever walk down Walking Street or hit LK Metro on a Friday night lately? It ain't just Westerners and OG expats no more. It's packs of young Indian tourists, suited up, phones out, vibing heavy, and they're not just watching, they're participating, deep. Now, this ain't hate, it's just observation. Their presence is loud, their money's moving, and their confidence, off the charts. See, the Thai chicks peep that shift quick, because here's what you gotta understand. The game in Pattaya is about momentum, attention, and adaptability. The women, they're paying attention to who's showing up with energy, with cash, and with no shame in dropping it. Some dudes get tight seeing groups of Indian men roll in and take up space in the club, at the bars, in VIP sections. But it's not about ethnicity. It's about visibility and volume. The influx of Indian tourists created a shift in energy. They come deep, they're not shy, and they spend. That combo, it reprograms how some Thai women prioritize their attention, especially the ones who hustle smarter, not harder. So now you got a new player on the field, and they're not tiptoeing, they're charging in. But here's the twist. This wave is forcing other groups, especially black men, to reassess where they stand in the social order out here. Perception shift. Does this give black men more leverage? All right, let's be real. For a minute, black men in Pattaya felt like outsiders in a room where they were expected to stay quiet in the back, treated with suspicion, stereotyped, or just outright ignored by some Thai women who were either inexperienced or carrying baggage from what they heard in the media or saw on the internet. But now, with the influx of Indian tourists becoming more dominant in the nightlife scene, some of those same women are re-evaluating what they thought they wanted. Here's what's happening. The loudness, the aggressive party style, and cultural clashes from some tourists, not all, but some, are rubbing certain women the wrong way. What used to be exotic and exciting is now overwhelming for a few. That creates a contrast, and suddenly, black men who were once seen as too intense are now coming off calm, confident, and composed by comparison. That contrast, that's leverage. When the loudest group in the room starts commanding the most attention, everyone else either fades or redefines their value. And for black men who stay cool, dress sharp, move respectfully, and know the game, the tables are turning. Now, instead of being judged by negative stereotypes, you're being reevaluated based on how you carry yourself in the current environment. Women start thinking, damn, he ain't trying to flash or force it. He's just cool, mysterious, grown. That energy stands out now more than ever. So yes, done right, this shift can be an opportunity, not for cockiness, but for quiet power. what Thai women are actually saying behind closed doors. Now let's peel back the curtain. What are Thai women actually saying about all this? I'm not talking about the surface level smiles and scripted lines. They're smart enough to know how to play the front. I'm talking about those behind closed door convos with their friends, co-workers, or that one regular they trust enough to get real with. And trust me, they do talk. They're saying, too many tourists now. Loud, too much drama, no tip, no listen. That's the new complaint making the rounds in group chats and gossip sessions behind bars and salons. And you know what else they're saying? I want someone calm, a man who listens, a man who doesn't treat me like a toy. Now, a few years ago, that might have disqualified a lot of brothers out here. But now, that same energy, the laid-back, smooth operator who doesn't come out acting like he owns the place, is starting to look refreshing. When things feel chaotic, stability starts looking sexy. That means black men who carry themselves with class, control, and maturity are getting noticed in a new light. No cap, some Thai women are starting to say, he's different. I feel safe around him. That wasn't the convo 5 years ago. But here's the kicker. This ain't a free pass. They're watching closer now. Because the minute you come off like you're trying to copy the same wild behavior from other groups, you right back in the box. Quick. So the key here isn't to compete with the chaos. It's to contrast it. Let the others be the noise. You be the calm. Because in a storm, the quiet one starts to feel like shelter. How to move with leverage without losing your cool. All right, now that we've broken it down, here's the part most dudes fumble. You've got leverage now. You've got attention. You've got opportunity. But if you don't move right, all that goes straight out the window. See, some brothers here, you got the upper hand now and think it means they can act reckless, wild out, be arrogant, talk down, start chasing the same clout moves the next man just got clowned for. That's not power, that's ego. Real leverage, it's quiet, it's smooth, it's strategic. It means you walk into a spot and the vibe shifts, not because you loud, but because you carry something different. Control, intent, energy that doesn't need to compete because it already commands attention without saying a word. So what should you be doing with that leverage? Choose wisely. Don't chase the same bar girl carousel and expect new results. Invest in vibe, not validation. If she only sees you as a ticket, you already lost. Set boundaries early. Respect yourself and demand respect in return. Soft but firm. Stay unpredictable. Don't move like a template. Be the exception, not the pattern. Because that's what women in Pattaya are craving right now. Someone who don't follow the script. Someone who isn't desperate to be picked, praised, or pimped. And when you move like that, you ain't just benefiting from a power shift. You are the shift. So what's the real deal? Indian tourists pulling up in droves definitely shook the room, changed the game, flipped the script. But here's the part most folks miss. It ain't about them. It's about how you respond to the shift. If you're still moving like a simp, thinking attention equals affection, you're going to get the same results, no matter who's flooding the scene. But if you peep game, adjust your mindset, and start walking with quiet confidence and clear boundaries, that's when you stop playing the game and start mastering it. This is off the record. No face, no filter, just facts. Hit that like, drop a comment, and share this with a brother still thinking he's different just because he bought her breakfast. I'll catch you next time. Stay sharp, stay focused. I'm gone.